Welcome to the Global Citizen Life podcast. Today on the show, we have Jacopo, who's originally from Italy, but now is living in the United States. Thank you for joining us today.
Sandy, thank you to invite me in this beautiful podcast and to share all possible information with your audience.
So let's go back a little bit. You grew up in Italy, and your first businesses that you started were in Italy.
Correct. Yes. I started my business, my first business at 18 years old in a jewelry business. And how I started to love this kind of business is because, I am in love in general for the beauty from the nature, beauty from everything around. And you know better than me, jewelry is beauty. And my family is not coming from this business. My family, they have a completely different background because my mother is teaching in Italy and my father is engineer. And was going on around 18 years old when my career in the soccer, because I play professional soccer from 13 years old until 18. But around 17 years old, I have really big injury where I don't possible anymore play my dream and be professional in what I want to do. I need to find another way to reinvent myself. I starting this business in Italy. I take the money from government from Italy, and my first shop, I opened a jewelry in Napoli, where after 6, 7 months, I learned my first, mistake in business: location, location, location. I opened the shop, and after 6, 7 months, I technically need to close the shop, and I really sleep physically for a couple of months inside the shop, not because my family don't support me or they don't give me their love. Thanks God, I really grow up in a loving family, but because I feel hurt and I feel, really something inside me was going on. I asked to my father to give me some money, and he helped me with a small amount of money. I remember like around 8,000 euro to relocate this business in another area. And from over there, I reopened 20 shop. I opened, this company where I make, multi-million dollar, this company. And after a 28 years old, I'm moving from United States, in particular in Florida.
And why did you choose Florida or even the United States?
Yeah, like Sandy, was going on around 28 years old. What's happening in my life? I arrive at one point where I have enough capacity to have quality of life in my country. But in reality, the business starting to really slowing, and I starting to see around where is opportunity. Think about I starting the career in real estate business around 22 years old in Italy, because I started to buy in auction, flipping in Italy.
Mm-hmm.
But around 2011, 2009, 2010, when the subprime mortgage is coming in Florida, the market is starting to go slow in economy in general to in Italy. And I need to find something, and I won't find something. And my business in particular is starting to lose revenue. But it's not only about the business lose revenue, because my business make me enough money to live really really comfortable at 28 years old. I have everything over there, but I started to looking the new opportunity, and I see in Florida something happening respect other part in the United States. More the 70, 18%, 19%, 90, sorry, percent of the value of the properties go down in certain area. And I jump in fly coming over here from the other part of the world to understand what's going on. At that time, I don't have, my English is really bad. I have difficulty to communicate with other human beings. And I arrive over here with a lot of difficulty, but I know for sure, is at that time, this is my opportunity to improve more my capacity to becoming international entrepreneur in real estate. And from over there, I starting to understand the market in real estate is really at a low position in Florida. And I started to find opportunity. First of all, in Miami, but I don't find opportunity. And second of all, I'm moving in the area of Cape Coral, Naples, Florida, this area in the other part of Florida, where I starting after many months to see the light. And from over there, I do more than 355 flipping. I create my cash flow portfolio over here in United States, where I have the possibility to live comfortable, to travel the world, enjoy my family. And, my next goal to share with other human being what is save my life to really not nice time in my life where I change from Italy to over here, where I feel alone and feel really sadness in my heart. And now my goal with my book will come out soon is to share more possibility to other people to give a clear method to build the interior part and after the exterior part, because I think about something, Sandy. If you don't build your abundance inside, create your abundance external, becoming really complicated. If you build something inside, will be really easy to build something external.
Absolutely. And a lot of people, they're scared to move abroad. They're scared to try those new things. And I often say, you're never stuck, right? If you try, you move abroad, maybe don't sell all your stuff and give up everything and move. Maybe go part-time, go for 6 months, and then kind of go back home, see what you think, try different areas, because just because one city may not work for you or you're just not enjoying it, there's so many either other cities in that same region or maybe on the other side of the country might suit somebody more than uh, first place that they tend to go to.
And the reality, Sandy, I want to share with you something. In world we have two kind of the human being, and everybody decide where they want to position on their life. This is not means one kind of human being is good or better the other one, but you need to be conscious about which kind of path you want to find in your life. A lot of people, they live in in the comfort zone, where this comfort zone for a lot of people is something where they feel secure, but in reality they are insecure because they want to do something more, but in reality they have scary about to moving in the direction of what they want, because you know better than me, when you try something new, for sure you will have during this kind the moving situation a difficulty, a sadness. This is part to from our life, but at the same time, if you don't moving, you don't have any kind of result. Means you will be flat for all your life. And I think so for everybody, they have something inside. It's really important to try, because if you don't try, you never know what's happening in the other sides of the what you try.
Absolutely. And I was listening to a different podcast a few weeks ago, and I can't remember exactly what was said, but the host said something along the lines of the life that you want to have is just on the opposite side of that thing that you know you need to do, but you won't do it. Like
And
it's that close. It's just you want to have something and you know you need to, but for whatever reason you put it off, you say you can't. Um, but it's just on that other side of taking that leap. And it's interesting if we think too, like if we go back when we were kids, how many times did we fall down learning to walk or ride a bike or tie our shoelaces, and now we, can tie our shoelaces blindfolded easily. And it is just a little bit of the fear of the unknown. But I mean, if we really think about it, what would be the worst thing that happens? We don't like the city or the area, and we can go somewhere else, right? And it is uncomfortable, but I mean, that's part of growth. If we're not uncomfortable, if we're not struggling a little bit, we're not growing. It's the same as learning another language. As you said, when you moved to the United States, your English wasn't that great, but over time it gets better and it's a struggle. But anybody who's learned another language knows that it's tough, it's a struggle, but with practice and time, we get better just as we even do the jobs that we're doing now.
Sandy, I am completely agree with you. When I have some like every human being, I have a moment during my day where I have tired, where I have scary, where I have insecure, where I have all this emotion, but try really to reduce, for small amount of the time or during my day. You know why? Because I think so something, if really you want to moving forward in your life, you don't have other solution. The only one solution is moving and do action in the direction of what you want. The more regret, I think, so in life for people, and the curiosity is not only a theory, but it's something I really hear for all the people is I love this kind of human being. Old people for me is really important in my life. I try to really understand their life because in their life is my life, is your life, is the path where we going. And when I spoke with somebody, they have experience. I love to have connection with, elderly, they have experience in business and everything, and they told me every time, I thanks God I take this path because this path bring me in another direction in my life. And the most important, I think so, is do action every day, one step at a time. And if something go wrong, we have the solution every time. Will be painful, but I think so will be this kind of pain will be less to respect don't moving yourself as be flat, because when you are flat, really, if you think about, you are don't create nothing, and to the nature around us, to if we don't see, the nature is moving, it's grow every time, and this is what give us energy, growing. If you don't grow, you die. I'm agree with
Uh,
you.
yeah, absolutely. I was at a conference many years ago, and that was something that one of the speakers said, that the human being, every human body, it's either growing or dying. We're like plants. If you're not growing and going through struggles and learning things and doing things, then you're just slowly dying. And nobody wants to be slowly dying. So I think that growing, and we grow more through our challenges.
Yeah, and I think so this is like life is really about learning until we are no anymore in this dimension, to learn every day something new, to learn everything, about something we are interested, because the curiosity is something where, moving yourself in something better than where you are right now, and I think so too. The curiosity, like everything, is something where you need the practice, you need to be like constant, have a strategy to build this kind of emotion. And like everything, when you practice more than one time, where you started to have your antenna really open to learn if you are in business or you are interested in different kind of path in our life, is important because you will feel inside your heart something moving forward.
Absolutely. And so when you got into doing real estate in Florida, I'm assuming, you didn't really know much about the Florida economy or real estate because your business before that was in jewelry. So that one must have been also a big learning curve and some struggles going
Yeah.
through building your business.
Yes, like the reality is this one. In Italy, I already starting the real estate business, but normally is two completely world different. Europe and America is two world completely different. But the beauty about real estate, Sandy, is something I learned during my path in this kind of business. All the world, we have the same characteristic about real estate. We need to be successful like investor in what I am specializing. You need to, first of all, try to buy at the correct price. Second of all, you need to understand number. And the third of all, you need to understand the law about real estate is similar everywhere. What it means, we have a property tax in each part of the world, different percentage, but it's the same. We have like different kind of tax where we pay, if for example, if we do flipping, like for the capital gain, or in the case of cash flow, you have different kind of tax. But in reality, the idea about real estate, this is the beauty why I love real estate so much, because it's similar. The rules is the same. But normally when I arrive over here, it's really complicated for two reasons. First of all, initially for me, I have a barrier language where, I don't have the possibility to communicate with the other human being. Will be at that time I use one person I pay to translate with, communicate with other human being in America. And second of all, when I arrive over here, I starting to understand the American mentality. This means, over here in particular in Miami, or they are really only oriented in business. The human part is a little bit less connection respect to Europe. For me, is really difficult at that time. But I moving forward because I technically I really have one word in my life where I have tenacity, like I working really hard, and I am really resilient. And this one gave me the possibility to moving forward, because initially at that time really difficult, and thanks God I remaining in this idea where I want moving forward. And my family told me, please come back, come back, come back. You have everything over here. Why you have now in the mind to build something in another country where you don't know anybody, you don't have any kind of experience? And I told my mother, don't worry, I will succeed in this. Normally, during this path, it's really difficult. But during my journey, arrive at one point after 3-4 months where I don't find any kind of deal, where I met one guy in Cape Coral, and this guy is a Canadian. He sold with his father, business in Canada, and moving to Florida to starting buy short sell property and this kind of the business. And was going on after I create a relationship with him. He after 3 or 4 months. I go back to my country, to Italy. He gave me the opportunity to share with me one deal, And from over there, I started to understand the beauty about the real estate, where with only one, two, or three deal, you possible make really good money to have a quality of life. And after I build my connection, my portfolio, my strategy, and now my business is really set up in two categories. I working in auction where I'm specializing. I buy note, and I have a client where I'm working like a broker company in the luxury market over here in Miami.
That's great. And perseverance is important, and it comes back to those struggles. So your business now, you're doing very good in the real estate industry in Miami. And earlier you said you have a book coming out. Tell us about the book that you wrote.
Yeah, the book is in my back, is Healthy, Rich, and Happy. And this book is coming, like everything, from a moment where I have a pain in my life. And I will explain better. What this means, this book is really important for me because in this book I share a method I call MPBE, where for M is meditation and morning, P is pray, B is biohacking, and E is exercise. And this method, really, this three word healthy, rich, and happy is the word everybody we want. But this method, I create this method because during one process, during one moment of my life, I feel really pain inside. And because I have this characteristic in my life where I am really resilient, I stay on my journey. But at that time, if I have this method with me, I will feel better and I will build inside me the joy. And what's going on, this book, Healthy, Rich, and Happy, is create to share this method and is to build inside the person read this book, this character, this method, this joyful path with this method. And in the second part of the book is a strategy step by step where I share something concrete, something really practicable for find real estate opportunity. And this is for me is important because I think so with all my heart. If you don't build something, first of all, inside yourself, you possible arrive wherever you want in your life, in the business, wherever you want. But during the journey, you will have up and down, up and down, up and down. With where the down will be bring you really down, will give you a bad sensation. With this method, MPBE, you will build inside you a calm, a quiet mind, energy to moving forward in the path of the business. And the second part, I explain, the real estate opportunity, how find and how create really the deal and a portfolio cash flow business for yourself, for your life.
Yeah, and as you said a couple times, it starts with the inside, because if we look at a few different things, if we look at people who are very wealthy, very famous, and people that we think would have it all, that should be happy, there are a number of them that are not. We've seen famous and wealthy people have drug addiction, alcohol addiction, and problems because they're not happy with things going on with their lives. And I also relate that to people when I talk to them about moving abroad. And it's, why do you want to move abroad? Because if you're not happy with you, you are moving with you. And once all the newness of the new city and country kind of wears off in about 6 to 9 months, and you're in a normal routine, if you are the one that you're not happy with, the new country, the new city, the new place isn't going to automatically make you happy, that you need to work on the within first and figure out what you want, what makes you happy, what you like to do, all of those things. And then to find the destination or the job or the place, whatever it may be, that coincides with that to complement it, because otherwise, it doesn't matter what job you take, what business you start, what city you move to, what country you go to, that internally, if you're not going to be happy, those things aren't going to make you happy.
And I am 100% agree with you. What I think is so important for every human being, comprise myself, and I do every day this. Check your emotion every day and check what give you happiness and energy. For example, I have I have my book where every day in the morning I wake up and I feel, the grateful thing in my life. This is one. Second of all, I put in my book where what give me joy, which kind of action, which kind the friendship give me joy, which kind situation give me joy, and I have uh, clear idea about what give me joy. For example, for me, so important, like how you see my back, stay near the water. And, I find something, a place where I possibly live near the water. And this kind the check is important to do every day, because if we change every time, Sandy. We change every 4 or 5 months we have different idea, different kind of emotion. But if you don't have the control to your emotion internally, you don't ask the correct question, you possible have everything you want, but this don't give me energy. I want to share with you something really confidential. The other night, I have the pleasure, somebody from Italy, this is my friend, is a billionaire in Italy. He's coming over here, is one of my old friend, and he shared with me something really, uh, tangible. He told me like a lot of when he becoming really wealthy, starting to have relationship with really wealthy human being, other kind of billionaire. And he told me something. A lot of human being, they have everything, but and this is something I reflect. They won't speak about only something where they feel comfortable. For example, he told me a lot of this kind the people, not everybody, because you know better than me, generalize is really not reality, because you have two in the rich like in the poor, a different kind of human being. But he told me like something, when people they speaking about where they feel comfortable, it means like they are not really comfortable in other part of their life. What this means is means this one: if you don't know, if you don't check yourself every day, you possible have everything around you. You possible have beautiful car, beautiful apartment, beautiful friend, but you don't know what is give to you happiness. And I think so really what you share is so important. I think so every day will be healthy, and really something tangible to ask to yourself. First of all, which is grateful. Second of all, what is give you joy? Third of all, for me, for example, I ask another question really important. What give me my business? And this kind the question give you the direction to understand better your life. And from over there, when you understand better what is give you joy, you possible choose the correct state, the correct city, and everything.
Absolutely. And it really is that looking in, because joy and happiness comes from within, not without. We have moments, but of pleasure, whether, we're having fun with friends, going out eating, or those types of things. But true joy and happiness definitely comes from within.
Correct. And and this is so important. I mean, I think so you give really good point to your audience, because they need, first of all, before think about moving, understand what give them this kind of emotion, because we know, uh, if you ask the correct question to yourself, you understand what give you joy. And if for example, water give you joy, go to the every morning to the water, to the ocean, wherever. Or if you give the mountain give you joy, try to find a place near the mountain. Or if you love to play soccer, go to play soccer. This kind of thing, people, they think about they are something really, uh, they think about create, but you possible create during the journey where you have happiness. If you don't create happiness during your journey, you really will finally arrive at something where really you don't understand where you arrive, because you feel, during the journey, uh, really pain, and for this reason, I really love to share in my book this method, where I feel really important the meditation. I do meditation transcendental, and this helped me a lot.
And it's true. I mean, for me, every time I move, since I left Canada well over a decade ago, every place that I have has been very close to the water, because I just love being at the water, and I'm thinking of moving again. And one place that I was thinking a while ago was going to Paris for a few years, not permanently, but then I just thought, it's not near the water. Like, I know, it's sure there's the river and stuff, but it's just not the same. So I thought, no, because I know I won't be happy there. And I know I don't go anywhere where it gets really cold, because I hate being cold. And I just eliminate places like that. And just going for a walk along the beach just makes me feel good. And so these things don't have to be massive things that take hours to do, or take up a lot of time. It's usually the smaller things that bring us joy. And it could be, for me, sometimes just a 20-minute walk along the water, or just to walk down to the sea, and then, walk around for 10 or 15 minutes if I have a busy day, and then walk back. It's just that bit of hearing the waves, seeing the sand, the sun glistening off the water. Like, those things just relax me, and I enjoy that. So every time I think of relocating, or going somewhere, water is always involved.
You see, you know your path of energy.
Mhm.
You ask the correct question. And for this reason, if we have an instrument where we feel like we create an instrument where we feel joy. For sure, if I measure your joy will be more. Respect other people where they don't have this kind of question create our life. When we ask correct question, we have really, I think it's a really easy life, because if you know what give you energy, which kind of people they give you good feeling, which kind of job give you really nice feeling, you will go in the direction of what you love. And the first step, I think so, is really to have clarity in your life about what give you this kind of emotion.
Absolutely. And so, Jacopo, if people wanted to get your book or be in touch with you, where is the best place to do that?
Yes, Sandy. Like I have the website www.healthy, rich and happy, where people they possible pre-order this book. The book will come out the 15 December. And I have in my Instagram Jacopo Iasiello Investor Broker, where I share first of all, positive message. And second of all, I share, some knowledge about real estate. This is the two places where people they possible find me. And wherever they have idea to invest in real estate or to have, some kind suggestion about how improve their life with this method, I will love to share what give me these two words, the method I assembled, this MPB and real estate business, because my next goal in my life is to share with more people something bring me joy, because joy for me is part of my life. And I think so if we share good thing with other human beings, we possible really in our small world create something beautiful. Because if you do something, you help with this podcast other human being, our world really possible touch other human being. And when you touch other human being, you never know where your word arrive, in which kind of moment of the other human being, in which kind of art. Quindi this is important what we do. And thank really Sandy to invite me over here.
Well, I want to thank you very much for your time, and I'll make sure to have all those links in the show notes so people can easily be in touch with you.
Thank you, Sandy. I really appreciate it. And I hope so you have a blessed day, okay?
Thank you. You as well.